Hello and welcome to another episode of Paul Plays Infinifactory. So, this puzzle, the next one we're doing in the Resistance campaign is called Terrestrial Surveyor. Well, we have our Guard of Honor, and this is our target, what we need to build. It's one of these surveyors. We've built one of these before, except this time it all's got to come through teleporter block, and things just got real. So here's the source of it. It gets out of there. We need to get it block by block through the teleporter, reassemble it on the other end, and we're done. So let's get on with it. I'd like it down a block. Run it in. And let's see what we've got. Okay, that nicely deals with the entire middle section. So let's just... No, didn't mean to do that. So I'm left with the tracks sitting alongside here. So if I was to push the tracks in, I think one will go in at a time. Let's see where we end up. Okay, it doesn't help that. That's the wrong way. And then if I push the rest of the track in, like that. How are we doing? Pretty good. Okie dokie. So that's the track dealt, but that's they all end up here. So I'm gonna try and keep some height on it. Let's get it to there. Need to start collecting the blocks at some stage. Let's see what we have here. I've got fast forward down, hopefully get a bit of... So I get these are this middle section, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. There's the camera piece, and then the track. So I need 3 more platforms there, and then I need a sensor on the end, like that, and then I need to start pushing them off. So I remember 1, 2, 3, they're the first 3, that's the camera, and that's the final one of them. So let's just check that works. So 3, 1, and 1. So then use this before this little trick. Let's put the welders in there, drop it down. So it now should be sitting there. This is the camera, this is the final block. So if I was to bring that round, drop it in, I would need another welder under there. Let's choose it again, zap that, and have a look where we get to with that. What I'm going to try and do first, obviously, is make this middle section here, including the camera on top. So that comes in there. Beep. Beep. So, ideally then I'd like to put the camera on top. So let's just reset it. Oops, wrong one. So if this is the camera, gets pushed to there. If I turn it, it'll come along the same route. This one will have gone first. It should drop in. So I just need another way of welding. Another way of welding the camera. The camera's going to be sitting there, so I do indeed need that. And then I need one of them, but I need it looking down, don't I? So in theory, that should weld this entire front section, including the camera. Be perfect. Okay. So now what I'd like to do is get it out. Obviously it's free to move here, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to put a conveyor belt there, but for the time being leave it blocked. So wrong button, change that to a blocker. So I'm gonna have to release that at some stage, but hopefully I'll be able to do that based on these tracks when they're coming in. So let's have a look at these tracks. They're here, the last 6. So again, if I push, why not push these ones off this side, seeing as I'm already here. 1, 2, 3. Put a bit of conduit down. And again, might as well make these welders. Why not? And then bring it out. And it's coming there. And vice versa for the other side. I need to do them like that. Get the conduit in place. And then finally a track to get that moved off. Now, the question is where and how to weld it. Obviously, the simplest way of welding it would be 3 across like that. So above, say, the back of it there. If I do that, obviously I can't push things in that way. They'll have to slide in this way. So let's try that. Let's say I'm going to build it here. I'm going to put a so and then I'd like this one sliding in this way, and obviously this is a bit wasteful on track. I mean, I probably could reuse that. We'll have a look at that in a second. So then I just need to release this this timer. Let's just make sure that this all does work. I've got fast forward down, I do. So this track is coming in here. Oh, that does not look good, does it? No, that was a bit of a non-welded disaster, I would call that. Let's just have a fix that. It looks funny when one block just comes around the corner. Oh dear. Okay, let's just have a look at that. So anytime after this, what I'd like to do is I can use one of these moving along here to release this guy. So ideally, he gets here first, he gets here second, third. So if I was to, and I need to get it released obviously before this next gang get in, so somewhere around here would seem to be fine, I imagine. Okay, so if I was to release it, let's just experiment with a, well, it's right behind it, so let's just put a, when that's convenient, it mightn't be in exactly the right place. But let's, and the other thing that I always forget to do is, often on the opposite side of a blocker, you need to put one of these, because sometimes this, it mightn't in this case because they're both 3 long, but sometimes it clears this, the blocker goes out and it pushes it off the track. But Probably won't happen in this case. Waste a block, but... Okay. I know I definitely don't need these two. Let's have a look at that. Right, so, put some welders in place. And with a bit of luck, these two push each other in, so it all welds and then it gets gripped and taken out. Don't need any more blockers or sensors. But again, I'm just going to give it a quick check here. That comes in there. And ooh, well, almost perfection. What am I doing? So I like this challenge. This is fun. This is interesting. Back to the... Yes, beep. So again, nothing particularly clever or crazy. I still find that this sort of concept, just grab everything in a big batch, count them, count the ones you need and push them all off. Nothing particularly clever, but still a fun and interesting challenge. I mean, it will be a very good one to optimize, I think, as well. So maybe revisit this later when I'm finished the game and do some cycle scores or some block counts or footprint scores. So that's it, just fast forward it along. Okay, I mean, reasonable score, I mean, what can I say? And that was Terrestrial Surveyor. Continue to barracks. And we have one more anti-javelin satellite to do in this, the first part of this, called The Heist. Okay, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please drop a like on the video. If you consider subscribing to the channel, that would be great too. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching. Bye now.